Hi, I'm Nancy Rankin, and I'm Director of Retail Banking. So at State Bank, the retail department is who handles all of the consumer products. So checking, savings, CDs, or any of the consumer loans like car loans, boat loans, or home equities. So with fraud, we've identified 4 different signs to find out if you're maybe being scammed by someone. So the first sign that we've identified is that scammers may call you and act like they're someone that you know or from an organization that you know. They could say that it's someone familiar, like from the government or the IRS or Medicaid. They could also say that they're from a local charity asking you for money. So sometimes people will look at the caller ID when they're getting a phone call, and they'll see that it's maybe from a local place that they know or they're familiar with. But you have to really be careful because scammers have the technology to change that caller ID to make it look like they could be anybody when they're really not. So the second thing is, scammers will call you and tell you that there's either a problem with your account, or maybe that you owe money, or they may even say that you've won a prize and that you need to pay a fee to get that prize. They could say that you're in trouble with the government, and they make it sound very urgent. So they could say that you owe money, and they could say that a family member perhaps is in trouble and that they need help getting bailed out. And they tell you that you shouldn't really call that family member because they'll be embarrassed. So they just want you to send money as soon as possible. So the third key identifier is that the scammer will call you and there'll always be a sense of urgency. They're gonna want you to act immediately. So they may say, that you only have a short amount of time, or they're not going to let you get off the phone without acting. So they may say that, if they don't get the money immediately, that they're going to arrest you or send the police, or that your loved one who's in jail won't have the opportunity to be bailed out if you don't send something immediately. So they don't give you a chance to think about what you need to do. They just create that fear in you so that you want to send money to them immediately to get the situation resolved. The fourth thing that scammers do is they want you to pay in a specific way. And if you think about it, it doesn't make sense how they want you to send the money, but you're in such a panic mode that you just do what they say. Most of the time, scammers will have you buy gift cards from, it could be Rite Aid or Walmart, and they'll say that you can call them back with the card number and that they'll be able then to just take that as a payment. And that's never an option for paying the government or other places. They'll never ask you to pay with a gift card for something like bailing someone out of jail or to pay your IRS taxes. So there are 4 different ways that you can help yourself not get abused by a scammer. Number 1 is block the calls and text messages using your local cell phone or your home phone technology. A lot of companies have that available now, that you can put in a phone number and block it, or if you get one that you have identified as a scammer, then you can just block it directly from there. The second one would be don't give personal information to anyone. If you didn't initiate the phone call and you know that that's the person that's on the phone, do not give them any kind of banking information or social security information or anything else that's personal to you unless you really, really know that that's who it is. The third item could be resist pressure if they're telling you to act immediately. Take the time to think or research what you want to do. Call that family member that they say is in trouble. Talk to that family. They're going to try and tell you that that family member is embarrassed and doesn't want that spread around the family, and they don't want you to research, but that's exactly the time that you do need to research. The bank, when you come to withdraw money, we're trained to identify those fraud situations, and we'll ask you questions to help you realize if you're getting scammed or not. So just come to the bank and be able to tell us the truth and say that you got a phone call, and we'll help you through that. We see it every week, and we've saved people thousands. The fourth thing would be to know that scammers will tell you to pay in a non-traditional way. They'll tell you to buy a gift card from a store and give them the number, or they'll tell you to wire the money with Western Union or just send the money through a wire at the bank, or they'll tell you to send cash using FedEx or even UPS or through the mail. That's never a wise thing to do. We always discourage sending cash to anyone. You should, always make sure that you research and pay through a means like a check or a credit card or something that offers fraud protection. If you think you're experiencing fraud or being scammed by someone, please reach out to your local office immediately. Don't waste time. just contact us and we'll be able to sit down with you and walk you through it. And if it warrants the police department coming, we'll set that up as well.